Hello and good morning, people. Good morning if it is morning where you're from, because bear in mind some of my subscribers are from India. So whatever it is in India, good, whatever. Welcome back. Right, just going to do a quick video today. And let's be honest, who doesn't enjoy a quickie? I've got a part that I have finally bought for the van, which I've needed for about 3.5 years, and I've put off buying it because for what it is such an expensive bit of kit. Anyway, it's been annoying me in the van looking at it in the way it is for about 3.5 years after a silly little mistake, which I will tell you about in a minute. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in the van and get on it. Right, what we're going to be changing is this little twat. Okay, I fitted this kitchen because I was going to sell the van, so I converted it into a camper thinking that I would get a little bit more money for it, and then I had a change of heart. Anyway, we then decided to go on a fishing / camping trip with the boys. Never ever had I used this cooker before, and I thought, right, for the first time I use it to make a cup of tea. So just a standard 2-burner hob plus sink. I then proceeded to put my kettle on there, and then I sat down on the seat there. Then after a couple of minutes there was an almighty bang, and the majority of my van was covered in glass. Little did I know that when you were making a brew, might be common sense to some people, but it wasn't to me at the time, that you needed to open the other glass. Obviously the heat shattered it. I was pissed off because it was the first time I ever used it, and then I went to look for a new piece of glass. It was like 100 quid, 100 bloody quid for a piece of glass that small. And I thought, do you know what, sod it, I'm not paying that much, I'll try and come up with a solution. So what I was thinking of maybe getting a bit of wood, cutting it out, and then it wasn't going to look right. Maybe a bit of plastic, that was too much trouble. And in the end, I just learned to live with it. But every time I come into the back of this van, it pees me right off. So anyway, I managed to find one the other day on eBay from a company called South Devon Camper Supplies. I'll put a link in the bottom anyway. So yeah, that come up at 79 quid. Then there was a discount off eBay for £6. Anyway, in the end I paid about 72 quid, and I was like, I can live with that. Yeah, 72 quid, still expensive, but you know, I can live with that, and funds are kind of allowing me to do it. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be changing that. So comes nicely packaged. The old Stanley blade. Hopefully I have ordered the right one. Yes, loads of bubble wrap. There it is. Yeah, done a good job on the packaging. And this is what I was saying earlier, this was a silly little mistake that turned into a very, very expensive mistake. But you know, it kind of comes with owning a VW or a camper van. Can't believe I just bloody fucking slipped my hand there. Ouch. I think I got away with it. Hopefully I've ordered the right size, and it is the wrong glass. Twat. Can't believe that. It's the wrong glass. Right, gonna have to go back to them and reorder. Fudging hell. Right guys, so it's actually the following weekend from when we started the job. If you've got this far, you will know that I ordered the wrong glass. So I got back in touch with a chap called Tom from South Devon Campervans, and he got one out to me in record time. I sent the glass back and I literally had one a couple of days later. It's just that I haven't had time to fit it until the following weekend. So big thanks to Tom for getting it out to me so promptly. So that is South Devon Campervans. If you need anything for your campervan, go and check out his eBay shop or his online website. Right, so let's get the box open and fingers crossed it's the right one. And there we are, that is the right one. Entirely my mistake. I could have swore blind that my glass had round edges. I've had it for years and I was obviously wrong. So it pays dividends to have a check. If any of you want to know, on your actual sink, if you can see on there, it will tell you the model number. Okay, which is 9722R. So now I'll quickly run you through how we're going to fit it on there. Okay, so what we've got is these little latches. They're on a very tough spring system. Now it can get quite confusing. These look like they are supposed to possibly pop off with a screwdriver, but that is the incorrect way. So basically all you want to do is, this is actually a bit like a nut and bolt, so you just want to grip this on this side and undo that as a bolt anti-clockwise. There we go, nice and simple. Move them off to one side so we don't lose them. In here as well, I don't know if you can see it very well on camera, but the bottom of the nut has a kind of a hex shape. So that hex shape needs to fit into the hex shape on the actual hinge. Okay, and then that will stop it. That kind of wedge it in place as you're screwing it in. Just thought I'd point that out. And then in true Blue Peter style, here's one I prepared earlier. Right, there you go. So let's get the bolts in there. Also want to be careful not to smash this again and do another costly mistake. So just get that on there. My bad. Right. There we go, that makes more sense. A couple of turns on that one. Don't really need any tools for these, because you only want to be doing these finger tight. Doing them too tight and then you're at risk of shattering the glass again. Like I said, them nuts need to fit into the hex. So then once they're in the hex, you'll then need to tighten the actual bolt from this side. It's a bit tricky because the bolts are they've got such a flat head. There's not really anything there for your fingers to get a purchase on. Now there may be a specific spanner for doing this. If anybody knows any different, then please be so kind and help others out by sticking it in the comments. There we go. And I think that's tight enough. And that looks so much better. Give that a nice polish, get rid of the finger marks. And also, just use your cloth just to help you get a bit more purchase on them nuts, or the bolts I should say. And they are tight. Really happy with that. So that's it, I'm all done. Hope you took something away from that. Simple 2-minute job really, but it was more to highlight the importance of, if you are new to the camper van world or you have a van with one of these cookers or something similar, that it is imperative that you remember to lift up both pieces of glass, or you will hear a bang and you will get covered in glass and you will be forking out 80 to 100 pounds for a new bit of glass. What else can I say? Another big shout out to Tom from South Devon Campervans for his prompt service and customer care, for getting me a replacement glass after I was silly enough to order the wrong one. Yeah, so big thank you to them. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, like the video, and any comments you've got, constructive or otherwise, please leave them below. It really helps YouTube pick up the channel and circulate to other like-minded people. Nothing more to say really, so from me and this money pit of a van, I will see you on the next one.